Audience, please help me welcome Miss Paula Dowd, owner of Miss P's Hair Studio in Harlem, USA, here in New York. Thank you so much for joining us here on Gold Digger TV.
Thank you for inviting me, Tina.
Sure. So let's just get straight to it. You're a hairstylist and also a hair salon owner. But why the beauty industry? Why not a school teacher or a nurse or anything else?
Second generation, family business. Just was coaxed as a child to go into it, was exposed to it at a very early age, and just developed a craft for it.
Okay, wonderful. And how long have you been doing hair?
I graduated beauty school this month, January. It'll be 22 years.
Wow, 22 years.
Yes.
22 years. And what are some of your biggest challenges as being maybe a hairstylist or a hair salon owner?
Some of my biggest challenges are persevering through trends and styles and having the ability to go back and pick that style back up and recreate it for a new generation. As a business owner, just trying to keep up with this economy and the changes in the economy. So it's been a lot of challenges as an owner, as a salon, as a stylist, but by the grace of God, I've persevered.
Okay, well, wonderful. And when you first opened your hair salon, what were some of your biggest challenges when you first opened? I don't think it was clientele, because by that time you had already built clientele, right? Or was it?
It wasn't clientele because I had my aunt was 75 at the time, and she just was like, look, I've had enough. I'm ready to go. Maybe 6 to 8 weeks after that, she just came in with all of the bills and said goodbye, because this is yours now.
Wow. So you kind of just basically, it was handed down to you?
Right.
And this actual salon here?
No, it wasn't this actual salon. It was the salon that my aunt had for about 25 years, which was on West 145th Street. And at that time, I stayed there for about 4 or 5 years just to gain enough capital to transition. And one of my clients said, oh, I have a commercial space. It would be a really good look for you. You'll be able to be exposed to the regentrification of Harlem, and it's just a different look down there. And here I am on 118th Street.
118th and 8th Avenue, Frederick Douglass Boulevard. Yes. And you said with the gentrification of Harlem, that's one thing I do love about your salon is that any given day, you can walk into Miss Paula's hair studio and a Caucasian family will be getting their hair done, or a Brazilian woman getting her hair done, and they're trusting Miss Paula with their hair, and it comes out beautiful. And that's what I love about your salon. You know, it's diverse, even though your clientele is mostly African American.
Well, it's about maybe 65% African American.
Okay.
And the rest is really because we have an Asian teacher, Brazilian, Caucasians. We have all genders and transgenders. Like, we don't discriminate. We do locks and all kinds of services. So we're pretty open to any nationality, any gender of any sort. Here doesn't really have a gender nor a certain nationality.
Now, I know one of the formulas or things that you specialize in is the keratin treatment. Right. Can you talk about the keratin treatment? Because so many different women are finding alternative ways to straighten their hair, not so much with a relaxer. Can you talk about the keratin straightening formula?
Well, the keratin straightening formula that I recommend at this time that we are certified to present and give is the Keraplex. The keratin straightener, it's not a chemical that's harsh as a relaxer. It's more similar to, like how I said earlier in the interview, and I referred back to trends and going back and being able to recapture something and make it better. Well, what I found about the keratin treatment system is it's a spin-off of what we call the Vigoro as we were growing up, and it just relaxed the hair enough or calmed it down enough, because I don't like to use relax, because the minute I say relax, someone says, oh, it's a relaxer. And that's not what it is.
But it's still a chemical, right?
It is a chemical.
Okay.
It coats the outer cortex of the hair versus a relaxer, which is sodium hydroxide or either calcium hydroxide, no lie. Those chemicals open up the hair shaft, go in and kind of smooth it out so that you can have a straight, you know, a more manageable look. Versus a keratin treatment, it just goes to the outer cortex of the hair cuticle and it just kind of relaxes it enough to give you more manageability. No way nearly as harsh or you know, as detrimental as a relaxer. I think the change in these products are because everybody here doesn't need a relaxer. Everybody's here can't take a relaxer. We're finding people just because my friend had a relaxer or because my friend or my coworker said it worked for her. But you just need to explore, read about these products, and as a salon owner, everyone that comes in here, and I often joke with them and I say, no sex on the first date. And my reason for that is because I just want to get you in here to wet your hair. I want to see what your hair does before I can apply chemical, before I can apply anything.
See how their hair, how strong it is, how weak it is.
What you not telling me?
Exactly.
I want to know all your secrets. It's almost like a DNA. Like I need to see what's going on with the hair. So a lot of these products and a lot of these systems, but I can say that my staff does go to classes. We are all certified to apply these chemicals.
You're constantly giving back to your community. You know, whether it's through the elder or a fundraiser. Where did this deep passion for giving back to your community come from?
Well, I'm a product of Harlem, which I'm proud to say, and I've seen this neighborhood transition through so many people and just so many good, bad, and ugly things, and I still persevere through it. I think being incarcerated at a younger age for bad choices that I made in my life and having to go to an institution and work for 23 cents an hour and then to be able to come home and still be able to reinsert myself back into society and make a decent living without even having to explore that avenue ever again in my life made me say, if I could go there and work for 23 cents an hour, I could damn well do something for my community. So in turn, I give an event every year. I go to the senior housing. I pick a topic once a year, and what I do is, whatever that topic is, whether it's childhood obesity and I'm taking 20 kids out the community and I'm working out with them for a couple of hours Monday through Friday for 6 weeks and tracking them. And I get these companies that come in like RS and Zelon and I get Sean John to come in. And I have a lot of great friends that know my struggle and really come in and just, I mean, the donations that we get from the clients and the neighborhood and the community has all been like just amazing. So I'm grateful to that.
Right. And your annual fundraiser, you've raised money for lupus, diabetes, breast cancer,
domestic violence.
Now, Miss Paula. Yeah. Now, I know speaking to you before, you said there are 5 major hair changes in women. Can you talk about those 5 major hair changes and, you know, how we're affected by them?
Sure. I see and I've read it as well, but my opinion is, first of all, we lose 50 to 100 strands of hair per day. And hair grows back, so it's a form of waste. It's to protect us, it's to shield us from all kinds of things. But with the hair and women itself, usually you'll notice yourself if you just think about what I'm saying. From infancy to toddler, the hair usually changes. Once the young lady gets her period, the hair starts to get coarser. It's almost like it goes up into like a graph, into zenith, and then it starts to go down. So from, you got infancy to toddler, toddler to you getting your menses and your period. And then postpartum, once we have kids. Once we have kids, everything just goes crazy. The breastfeeding, the hormones, the hair and everything. And then the last change is menopause. As it starts to spiral down, menopause, I'm constantly telling the women, stay on the calcium. Don't come to me after it's like so late and you see these thinning spots. I constantly recommend hair vitamins like biotin. It's imperative that once we become perimenopause, menopausal, and even postmenopausal, you stay on the calcium.
Okay, now Miss Paula, now you used to weigh 330 pounds. Now you're at 180.
Yes.
Congratulations on the weight loss. But can you tell us how you did it?
Yes, I had weight loss surgery 10 years ago, and it changed my life. It changed my life. It gave me a lot more energy, but it has been a long journey with that as well. I mean, I just had a couple of journeys side by side to each other, and I was sick, and I probably did it at a time where the technology wasn't as successful as it is now. But I just.
But you're still glad you did it, though, right?
I'm exceptionally glad I did it, and my body is different, and it has its ups and downs. But I wouldn't change it for the world.
That's wonderful. But I mean, because when you lose weight, I mean, I've heard this from other people that have lost, a lot of weight, that they breathe better, their sex life is better.
I want to say yes, and I'm not trying to cut you off, but I'm telling you what's crazy was it took me 5 years before I looked in the mirror and believed that I had lost the weight.
Wow, 5 years. So when you would be doing hair and you would have something over the mirror, you couldn't look in the mirror. You just couldn't believe what you saw.
I still saw myself as being fat.
Oh. But you're fine now because you look good. Don't she look good? She out in this sparkly dress. She upstaged me on my show. I'm like, what is this?
Come on, stop it. No, really, it was funny. And then even when I purchased clothes, I kept purchasing clothes like, what if I don't settle at this size? Or, because in the beginning, the weight comes up so fast.
Right.
And I was trying to work out and I was doing so many things. But,
and what kind of weight loss surgery was it?
Bariatric.
Bariatric.
Yes.
Did they shrink your stomach?
They cut off a section of your stomach so I can only eat 4 ounces of food. And they reconnect my large intestines so that my digestion process is faster. And like I said, I just celebrated my 10th anniversary in July 2014. And it's been a journey, but it's been an amazing journey. I don't have diabetes. I don't have any health issues. It's just been great.
I noticed that you had a picture of Madam C.J. Walker.
Yes.
Or you have a picture of Madam C.J. Walker in your shop. Was she like a huge inspiration for you of doing hair or starting your own business? Just
to read Madam C.J. Walker's story was just inspiring. It could be inspiring to, even if you don't want to do hair. And
yes,
she's just an amazing woman. I mean, she was rich at a time where black people weren't even,
Right. Well, we still had to go through the back door.
Exactly. And her products, her perseverance of living in a Caucasian community and being thought of as the help, or her neighbors thinking that she was the help, and this lady owned her own business. She owned her own product line. She owned her own house. It just was, it was inspirational to me because the things that she persevered through, I could get through mine.
Exactly. And I say that same thing to myself.
I could get through it.
Because she's been an inspiration to me as well, because she did it without Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that stuff without the internet. She just did it off of word of mouth.
Exactly.
And having good, solid, quality products.
Products and clients.
And if she can do it in a time like that,
yes,
then we can do it. There's no excuse.
In the same area.
So I know you've been featured in the New York Daily News and the Amsterdam News. Can you talk about the last article you wrote on the Amsterdam News? I think it was about hair loss, or
Right. We talked about hair loss and things contributing to hair loss, and we had a client. We featured one of her pictures in here, and her pictures showed, her getting a weave and the things that we do to help to cover up or camouflage hair loss. If there's other options, we'll do scalp treatment. We'll do products like Nioxin. We'll just try to get into, me and my staff, we really try to get into your business. Yeah, I want to get into your
hair. That's one
the
thing I
knowledge,
love about
right?
you.
The knowledge of the hair and what's going on inside of you, because I can't fix it unless I really know. And sometimes, they think I'm crazy because, sometimes we talked about me getting new boobs after I lost the weight, and we talk about so much stuff. So I don't want people to think, oh, I'm going to come there and she's going to ask me all her business and she's not going to tell me any of hers. But it's important. I need to know what kind of medicines you're taking, what kind of products you use at home, how much heat you're using on it, whether you're taking vitamins, whether you have some kind of treatment.
But that's what I love about you, Miss Paula. The knowledge that you have of hair. You're not just some salon owner just to make a quick buck, to get rich off somebody's hair. Just like you said, no sex on the first date. I'm not putting a chemical in your hair the first time you come. It's not about money. I really want you really want your clients to have healthy hair. And I listened to you when I spent time with you, and a couple of days ago, and just to listen to you talk about hair, I know you know what you're talking about. I know you know. So, and that's what I love. That's why I wanted to interview you.
Oh, okay, because I asked you that earlier, and I'm just saying because some people think I'm a little abrasive, but it's like it takes so much energy to beat around the bush and just say, look, are you taking birth control pills? Because I need to know, is there some kind of medicine you on? I just need to know. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to report it to HIPAA and none of that. I just need to know so that I can give you the best service possible. I mean, that's everything in a nutshell.
Yeah, and it's a comedy show. No. Whenever you come to her salon, it's a comedy show. You're going to laugh.
No, we have great coffee, great men that stop by, great conversations. It's just a happy place.
It is. It's a happy place. I love coming here. Now, segueing to Humans of New York.
Yes.
You were featured on Humans of New York, and that is huge. And that was just by random. Yes. Tell us the story. Tell us the story, because it's a funny story.
Okay, so I'm in the salon. It's a Saturday. It's busy as heck, and I'm glad that this audience is able to see me because honestly, I really don't comb my hair very much. It just be all over the place. But when I need to comb it, I can comb it. You see, I can do this. So, long story short, my fiance kind of pissed me off that day. And then I'm running outside, and then there's this guy. I don't even remember his name. And he's like, well, can I just take your picture? I looked at him and said, no. I was like, do you see my hair? He's like, oh, it looks beautiful. I said, I don't think you would go to Nike Town and let somebody with run over sneakers sell you Nikes. So you either come back in 30 minutes or don't take my damn picture. Wow, I didn't know he was the infamous Brandon. Okay, I didn't know that he was from Humans in New York. And he was so nice, and he just laughed at me. So he came back, and in about 15 minutes, I still wasn't ready. I said, just sit there. Just sit there. I'm going to do it right now. So he sat there, and I gelled it up, and I put on a little bit of lip gloss, and we went outside, and I said, listen, don't have this picture unless my logo's in there. I'm still not even recognizing who this man is. So he said, look, Miss P, you got a side view. There's your logo. I said, okay, you could do that one. Mm-hmm. Well, in about half an hour, the phone just started ringing. And my god kids from North Carolina, and people calling me from all over, like, you're on Humans in New York. And I keep saying, who the hell is Humans in New York? Didn't you just take a picture of something with some man? When I looked up again, I had 300,000 likes. Just because, and he printed exactly what I said. How embarrassing I was. I just wish Brandon would stop by again so I could tell him thank you, because I was not nice. I was not a good...
But it was good exposure for you and the salon.
Amazing exposure. I mean, 19,000 people have visited my webpage, and my Instagram is buzzing off a chain, and I owe him a haircut. So Brandon, if you're out there, come see Miss P because I owe you a haircut.
Only you, Miss P. Only you. Okay, let me get your expertise on this. What are your top 3 no-nos when it comes to hair? Well, if it's anything, the way we wear it, cut it, how we care for it.
Okay, my 3 top no-nos are kitchen beauticians. You go to the beauty supply and you buy these products and they have great marketing teams, and you know, you really don't know the extent of the product or how to apply the product properly. My second no-no is double products. I don't like double products. When I say double processing products, like permanent color with the relaxer.
Ooh.
It's too harsh.
Either or.
Right. One product, one and done. Especially if you have our kind of hair, like a kinkier, nappier texture of hair. It's totally different. A lot of Hispanics and Caucasian people with different textures of hair, they're able to color their hair and bleach it and do all these things. But we're unable to do that because we have to have another chemical. We usually have to have a relaxer. Mm-hmm. Some of us have a texture where we don't have to have relaxers. Mm-hmm. Just have no problems with that. But I hate double processing. 2 major chemicals, and you trying to apply these, and then applying them at home yourself makes it even worse. I found so many disasters that
horror
come
stories.
in here. Yes. And my third biggest no-no, because you said 3, my third biggest no-no is I've been running into a lot of young women, well, women in general, who put braids in their hair, and they take the braids out, and they don't comb their hair out. And they go immediately to the sink, and they wash it. I've had so many young ladies come in here, and I've had to cut 6 or 7 inches of hair off because of the knots. You have to remember, braiding is a form of knotting in itself. So for you to aggravate it after washing and shampooing it, and even if you wet it and combed it through, that's possible. But to just go directly, take the braids out and just go directly to the sink,
no.
Major disaster.
Your shop, Miss P's Hair Studio, has also been featured on Jay Leno and Extreme Drop Swap.
Right.
And tell us about those 2 situations, you know, because it looks like they were really fun, right? Because you did a skit.
It was amazing. It really was amazing. We did the Jay Leno skit via Marina Franklin. She's pretty popular now. She's a comedian. She does stand up. And Marina just stopped by and she said, "Oh, I want to do a skit with a black salon. I'm going to go in a white salon first, and then I'm going to be able to lock my hair, and then I'm going to wind up here." So we let her do it, and it turned out pretty well. Well, 3 weeks later, it was at the time when Jay Leno had left the Tonight Show, and he was just doing prime time. So he had the Jay Leno show that came on every night at 9 o'clock. So they called back and they said, "Oh, we want to just do another skit," because the first skit had a little skit on a scene with the restaurants around the corner, Catching a Cab in Harlem, 125th Street. But when he called back, he said, "I want to just do a skit with your salon." He came in, he sent the camera crew, he paid us, and it was a nice skit. And it was so funny because recently they just came back and called back like, "Oh, Jay's retired now," but the producers, they called back a couple weeks ago. So we just talking, but no reality shows for Miss P.
But okay, we respect the fact, because I understand. Because the only way that I will be on a reality show is if I'm one of the executive producers. And I have control over the editing. So I get it. Because you're not going to make a behind out of me.
Right, and that's not the look or the image of my community image. It doesn't fit that. Then we had the Extreme Job Swap. So again, some lady just walked in off the street. She's like, "Oh, I want to do a job swap with the salon in Holland." Still not, whatever. So we invited her here. We went out to eat. And then she called me back and said, "Okay, which 2 of your girls are going to go to Holland and do in Amsterdam? Do they have passports?" within 2 weeks,
Ms. Paula,
my
thank you
girls
so much for joining us here on Gold Digger TV. But before you leave, can you please offer someone, a young person possibly, who is in a bad situation, who made bad choices, can you offer them some words of encouragement?
Follow your heart. Don't let nothing deter you. Society can't turn their back on you. Your parents might not be able to, sustain you through all of this. But in your heart gonna make you love. It's gonna make you get up and want it. It's gonna make you persevere more than anything or anybody telling you that you can't.
You're right. And know that trouble does not last always, and you can get through anything.
Yes.
See this young lady's story right here? Survivor. Success story. Now, Miss P,
yes,
please tell everyone where they can find your shop, online and,
we can be found at MissPeaceHairStudio.com, and on there you can find the staff, our education levels, the articles, anything that you want to know about Miss P or Paula Dowds, just go on there. I'm on Miss P _Hair Studio on Instagram. I'm on Miss P's Hair Studio on Facebook, and I'm located at 280 West 118th Street here in Harlem, between Frederick Douglass and 8th and St. Nicholas. Come in, stop by, come in and get a free consultation. Stop in and say hello and say that you saw me on Gold Digger TV.
You won't be disappointed. This woman here is hilarious. Thank you again. Thank you so much for joining us here on Gold Digger TV. Until next time, I'm your host, Tina Lee Jones, and have a great day.